Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today in the presentation of Argumentative Infographics as a planning writing task for a subsequent argumentative multimodal essay. My name is Daniel Román Zúñiga, and this presentation will follow this order. I will start with the rationale of the study and the literature review. Then I will describe the methodology and results. I will continue with the discussion and conclusion, and I will finish with the limitations and future research directions. And with the development of new technology, there has been an increase of digital multimodal texts inside of the language classrooms. These texts allow the combination of textual mode, visual mode, and oral mode to communicate a message. And at the same time, this technology development has allowed an expansion of social tools such as Twitter, digital stories, or infographics that inherently use writing as a form of communication. Nevertheless, there is a lack of research regarding how infographics may be used to plan a subsequent writing task. This study is grounded under two theoretical and pedagogical perspectives, and the first one is multiliteracy that has to do with the ability of our students to effectively communicate and collaborate with others using these new digital tools available for them. On the other hand, learning by design allows our students to connect their previous knowledge with new knowledge and apply it creatively to practice these new concepts that they are learning. There is research that has been done with infographics in the past. For instance, infographics have proved to help students acquire grammar and vocabulary, according to Rasey and Sayadian, sorry. And they have been used to acquire English grammar as well. And in the case of writing instruction, they have been used to develop a 5-paragraph essay. There we go. Another study that has been developed with infographics was done by Krishnan et al. And in this case, the authors used infographics to plan a subsequent monomodal writing task in English. In this case, they found that infographics aided the students to revise, transfer, and rethink the content that they used in the subsequent task. So this takes us to the question of what hasn't been done with infographics then? And well, infographics have not been used to learn a hybrid multimodal genre such as synthesis of argumentation through argumentative infographics, and to plan linguistic and non-linguistic elements of a subsequent argumentative multimodal essay. Therefore, the present study focuses on exploring whether infographics serve as a planning task for a subsequent multimodal argumentative essay. The research question is, what infographic elements used in the synthesis are observed in the multimodal argumentative essay? There were, this study was conducted in an advanced Spanish writing course in a Southwest university in the US that met twice a week for 90 minutes. And there were 7 participants for this study. 4 of them were second language learners. There were Natalia, Norma, Clara, and Carolina, and 3 of them were Spanish heritage learners. And they were Abril, Javier, and Sofia. For the tasks, students had to design an argumentative multimodal essay to be sent to the Latino Lubbock Monthly magazine to promote a reflection about the content published in the tabloids section. There were 3 data collection instruments. The first one is the student background questionnaire. The second was the argumentative infographic. And the third one was multimodal argumentative essay. For the data analysis, I contrasted the student's argumentative infographic and the multimodal argumentative essay, paying attention to micro, macro, and multimodal elements from both texts. So, what are the results? I found that students used micro level, macro level, multimodal, and multimodal elements in the subsequent argumentative essay. In the case of micro level elements or micro level elements, I found vocabulary, verbs, adjectives, and articles. In the case of macro level elements, I found genre structure, organization, and content. In the case of multimodal elements, I found colors, QR codes, font, images. And I also found that the students use the sociosemiotic phenomenon synesthesia in the infographic and in the argumentative multimodal essay. And here we can see an example of an infographic on the left and the 2 pages of the argumentative essay of one of the participants. For instance, in the linguistic spectrum, we can see that this participant used el producto sin valor crea famosos. And el producto sin valor crea famosos, again, in the essay. If we look at the non-linguistic elements such as images, we will see that this participant is using similar or the same images, like this one or this one in the following essay, or a QR code. And if we look at the structure of both the infographic and the argumentative multimodal essay, we will see a title, an introduction, the arguments, QR code, and a conclusion. So we see an influence. Then this takes us to the discussion. And I found that this study, or the results of this study, reinforce previous studies in the sense that infographics help to plan macro-level issues of a subsequent writing. On the other hand, this study expands knowledge on how infographics help to plan micro and multimodal issues of a subsequent multimodal text. There is also results or data about how infographics scaffold the appropriation of synthesis and argumentation genres. This study, like any other, has limitations. And the first one has to do with the number of participants, as this study only had 7 participants, and it doesn't allow a generalization of the results. The instructor of this study was the researcher. Therefore, students may have provided different responses, or they probably designed differently their infographics and the final argumentative essay. It would be necessary in the future to have an instructor as another participant of the study. In the case of pedagogical implications, we can see that infographics may be used to plan a subsequent multimodal essay, and infographics may be used to help students understand and communicate through argumentation and synthesis genres. In the future, it would be interesting to explore what is the instructor's perception regarding the use of infographics to plan a subsequent task, provided that this study only gave an insight of what happened or what were the elements that were present from the infographic in the subsequent argumentative multimodal essay. And with that, I would like to show you my references, and I want to say thank you, and I will be happy to respond to any questions that you may have. Bye.